How different would your life be if you made $10,000 each month? Would you quit your job, retire your parents, or even quit school? I'm sure that would all be nice, but how would you go about making that money in the first place? In today's video, I'm going to give you a simple 5-step plan that I came up with that will allow you and me to make $10,000 per month. I'm also going to be documenting my entire journey on this channel to show you that this plan works. I'd like to see how much money I can make in 1 year and how that will change my life. But in order to do that, I need a solid plan which I will share in today's video for free. But before we even begin, we must pick a service that we're going to be offering. This has to be something you're good at. I'll pick video editing since I've already made hundreds of videos and gotten millions of views doing this. But you can pick any service that you want. Copywriting, digital marketing, photo editing. It doesn't matter as long as you know how to do it. Also, stick around until the end of the video so that I can give you a free PDF version of this plan. With all that being said, let's begin. The first part of this plan is building an offer. Do you want to know the #1 reason that most of the online businesses fail? It's not because of picking a wrong niche or service, it's actually because of not creating an offer that is worth buying. You need to create an offer that is so good that people would feel stupid saying no. In order to do that, you need to be able to solve specific problems for specific people. Also, when you're pitching your offer, focus on the outcome much more than the process. I'll give you an example. I plan to offer video editing and scripting services to business coaches, and here's an offer that I will pitch to them. 1 million views in 90 days, or you don't pay. This might sound like a lot, but you haven't heard the rules of this guarantee. They must post 1 video per day on all 3 major platforms. Otherwise, they don't qualify for the guarantee. I'll also require them to pay 1 month upfront so that I can afford to pay my team. This offer's main focus is on the result instead of the service, but the service is still a part of that process. It also solves a specific problem that my clients might face. Think about it. What is the main problem that business coaches have? They don't get enough clients. Why? Because they don't get enough views, which is where I come in. You can also apply this principle to any service that you offer. Find a problem that people need help with, and then pitch them an offer that solves exactly that problem. This is a pretty straightforward process, but this is where most people actually mess up. That's why you need to be super specific with the problems you solve and who you solve them for. Remember, Jack of all trades is the master of none. Now that you understand that, we're going to move on to the next step, which is something that I haven't heard any guru talk about. Imagine for a second that you are a real estate agent on Instagram, for an example, and you get 2 identical DMs from 2 people pitching you 2 identical offers. You like what you see, so you decide to check out their profiles. When you click on the first profile, you're greeted with this, and you immediately lose all of your trust in that person. However, when you click on the second person's profile, you're greeted with this. You immediately respond to their DM, and you decide to work with them. Did you notice what made such a big difference? 2 words: personal brand. So the next step is going to be building a personal brand. Building a brand gives you 3 things: followers, opportunity to monetize your audience, and most importantly, for our case, legitimacy. No one's going to trust a random guy with 0 followers who appears to know nothing about the service that they're pitching. Think about it. If you can convince thousands of people to follow and trust you, it's easy to convince someone that you can help them with their problem. I'll make a video in the future going in detail about how you can grow your personal brand, so subscribe if you want to see that. But this is the most important thing you must remember for now. Make content for your ideal clients to watch. What this means is giving as much free value and being as useful as possible to your ideal clients before you even outreach to them. In my example, I'm going to be making videos explaining how coaches on Instagram can get more views and make more money by improving their scripts and editing. You can also apply this principle to your service or business. Give away a ton of free value and build an audience before outreaching to your potential clients. And when you do outreach to your potential clients, you'll have much more legitimacy and therefore a higher chance of getting clients. Today's market is really competitive, and one of the best ways to stand out from the rest is by building a personal brand. While you're building your brand, try to make it look as premium as possible, meaning a clean username, so no underscores and stuff like that. A description that tells exactly who you help, and a clean profile picture. You might think that this stuff doesn't really matter, but think about it this way. If you bought an expensive watch and it came in a cheap cardboard box, how would you feel? You would feel scammed, and that's exactly why packaging and branding matters. But as I said, I will go in more detail about branding in my next video, so stay tuned for that. Now that you understand the power of branding and you've got your offer set up, we can move on to the next step. So now that we have an irresistible offer and a well-established personal brand, we are ready to start searching for clients. This is the most important part of this plan, since your business cannot survive without clients. And if you get this part wrong, I promise you that you will fail, because we were smart and we built our brand and offer before we started outreaching. Half of the work is already done. I've already gotten video editing clients in the past, so I'm going to be using a similar strategy that I used then. And this is why I recommend picking a service or an industry that you already have experience in, since you can already know what works and what doesn't. But before we start to message our potential clients, we must first figure out how our message is going to stand stand out from the rest. And we are going to accomplish that by offering to send them a free video that we made, and if they're interested, we're then going to make a video and send it to them. And if they like our work, then we will book a call where we'll convert them into a paying client. This is very simple, but yet effective principle that I used before to get clients. Give them something for free before you even ask for anything in return. This way, your initial offer will seem much more valuable because you've already helped them. I know what you might say, but I've never been on a sales call before and I don't know what to do. If you've never been on a sales call before, it'll go something like this. It will usually consist of 3 phases. The first phase is the discovery phase. In this phase, you try to gather as much information about their business as possible. Also look for problems that they might face in their business. For example, in my case, their biggest problem might be low sales because of low views. Once you find out more about their business, you're going to move on to the second phase of the call where you're going to pitch them your solution. In my case, that would be scripting and editing services. And lastly, if everything goes well, you're going to close the deal and get paid. It might not go smoothly at first and you'll probably suck at the beginning, but the more you do it, the better you will get. There's no secret formula, it's as simple as that. Now that you understand how to get clients, we're going to be moving on to the next step. We've got our offer, brand, and outreach figured out. All that is left for us to do is to put in the work. This is where most people fail, so I'm going to tell you how you can avoid this fate. And no, it's not by using some secret productivity hacker technique. In fact, it's actually much more simple. You won't want to hear it, but here it is. Do at least 4 hours of outreach every day, no matter what. There are really only 3 ways you can do outreach, and these are DMing potential clients, creating content, and running ads. Because our goal is to make $10,000 per month, and we haven't got a lot of cash to burn through, we're not going to be utilizing paid ads. Instead, we're going to be utilizing DMs and content creation to give us the best possible chances of success. I will focus on outreach, and my business partner will focus on making content on our Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok profiles. This way, we maximize our chances of achieving success. But if you don't have a team and you're starting just by yourself, you should do the work anyway. Try to post at least 4 videos per week and try sending at least 100 messages per day. This should be enough to get your first client relatively fast. But the most important thing you need to do is to never give up, no matter how hard it gets. Because if you quit, you ensure that you will fail. Okay, so we've got an amazing offer, we've built up our personal brand, we've figured out an amazing outreaching strategy, we've put in the work, and we finally got some clients and made some money. What now? This is where the last step of our plan comes in. But before I reveal what it is, just imagine for a second the amount of work you have to do when you're making $10,000 per month. Outreaching, creating content, taking sales calls, completing client work, and so on. It's impossible to do all of that by yourself. So the final step of this plan is going to be to outsource as much of the work as possible. But you can't just outsource the work to anybody. You need to find exceptional talent who will deliver exceptional results. Hiring other people not only frees up your time, but also it allows business to become scalable, which is why it is essential for you to start hiring people as soon as possible. And there you go. If we follow these steps correctly, we should hit 10K per month in a space of a year. But there is only one way to test if this plan actually works, and that is to try it myself. So I'll be documenting my journey on this channel so you can see challenges, failures, and successes that I will go through, and with the knowledge that I acquire, I'll share daily tips on my other social medias so you can avoid making the same mistakes as me. To get a free PDF version of this plan, click the first link in the description. If you would like to know how I got my first video editing client in a week, make sure to watch my last video, and also don't forget to subscribe because in my next video, I'll teach you about the best business model in 2024 that no one is teaching about, and gurus are getting filthy rich off of. That's it for today's video. Bye.